So, today, I'm not going to lie, this is where the Team USA just did not look good. They did not look good. And the worst part is that everybody being like, oh, these new WNBA fans, they just don't get it. They don't understand the sport. They don't this and that. When decisions are made based on sentiment and not based on basketball reasons, it never ends well. And look, Team USA are still probably going to win their gold, but there's no guarantee. Like if Team USA again sent out their best team, there'd be a guarantee of gold. There's no guarantee of gold here. They probably will win it, but there's no guarantee of gold. Before we get on, if you guys aren't new to the channel, subscribe. We are we hit 25,550. Thank you guys. We hit 51. I'd be happy today. But this is Sentiment Basketball Club. It is pure sentiment. If you looked at the game today, again, you saw the problem of let's bring 6 shooting guards because they're part of the in crowd. They're part of the in crowd. And you're like, oh, but like she never went to the camp and she never played the previous games. Chelsea Gray's been injured for a year. A'ja Wilson literally missed the qualifiers to go on a book tour. Caitlin Clark missed camp. And I get it. And you're obviously not going to not pick A'ja Wilson, by the way. She's the best. She's 1A, 1B with Breanna Steward. They're the 2 best players in the world. But if you want to you can't use the camp situation because 1, Chelsea Gray wasn't there, and 2, A'ja Wilson literally missed qualifiers for a book signing, whereas Caitlin Clark was playing in the Final Four. And then you're seeing how reliant this team is on Stewie and A'ja Wilson. Like again, Stewie was only she was unbelievable. She was the reason they were ahead early in the game. But early on, like fans can just shout point guard as much as they want. They can shout point guard as much as they want. But Chelsea Gray is just, she got cooked. I said it before the game. I called it before the game. And everyone being like, oh, why do you always mention Julie Van Loo? I've been saying it from the start. Like Julie Van Loo is better than Chelsea Gray. And it's not necessarily saying that Chelsea Gray at her peak is worse than Julie Van Loo, because that's obviously not the case. That's dumb. But Chelsea Gray can't run. She can't run, and it was obvious. She threw a couple of really nice passes in the first half. I'll give that to her. She threw some nice passes. She can't run. Forget sentiment. Forget what she used to be. Forget that her nickname is the point guard. She can't run. And she is the only point guard in the team. Kelsey Plum, Jewel Lloyd, Sabrina Ionescu, none of them are point guards. They're having to play the 1. Alyssa Thomas can take the ball up. Jackie Young, we saw with the Aces, she can kind of play point guard. She'll get good stats, but the team won't be good. It's a horribly constructed team. Look, I don't mind bringing Terassi. Terassi, up until this point, she was bad today. Straight, Terassi was bad today. But up until this point, Terassi has been one of the best guards in this team. She's the best player in their All-Star game. She was their best guard against Germany. So, I don't really care that much about Terassi. But you can't bring Terassi and play her over Kat Copper. I get it. I get it, bringing her for sentiment reasons, bringing her for like experience. But you can't have the second leading scorer in the WNBA sitting on the bench for Diana Taurasi, who does the same thing as Copper but worse and plays worse defense. She literally does the same thing as Copper but worse. And then you face a team with Belgium who have not even remotely the same talent as you, but they have one player who is comparable to Stewie and A'ja Wilson, who you could maybe argue, even if you're not going to argue she's probably not as good as them, but she is the 3rd best player at this Olympics. Like Emma Meesseman is a top 10 player in the world. I'm not having any arguments there. She does everything. She does absolutely everything. She passes, she moves well, plays defense, shoots the ball well. Other than rebounding, she does everything unbelievably well. But let's forget about it. The WNBA. Obviously, rebounding is now the most important thing in the world, especially on the freaking offensive end when most championship teams literally do not offensive rebound in the year 2024. But you saw what Julie Van Loo did. Julie Van Loo got whatever she wanted in that game. She just missed. She got whatever she wanted. She cooked Chelsea Gray. And for people being like, oh, she would have cooked Caitlin Clark. 1, Caitlin Clark on Julie Van Loo has had a 29.13 assist game where up until that point, I'm pretty sure it was the record for I think it was the record for most points contributed in a game, or it was 55. It was the most ever by a rookie. And then she also had a 30-point game against Van Loo. But also, Natasha, even if you're saying Van Loo cooks her, fair enough. Natasha Cloud's better on defense. Skylar Diggins-Smith is a good defender. There is no reason why this team was picked like this. And everything that everybody said was an issue. And again, I don't even mind Terassi and Chelsea Gray being in the squad. That makes some sense because of familiarity. Because again, Chelsea Gray was really good against Japan. The team, when Chelsea Gray is not exposed, the team looks better because she is a good passer. She's a good distributor of the ball. She cannot score and she cannot run. I'm sorry. She can't score and she can't run. And she's the only point guard. She's the only thing that resembles a point guard. Sabrina is not a point guard. I don't care about the assists. I really don't. Sabrina is not a point guard. She's much better playing off the ball with Courtney Vandersloot. Their best actual player running the point, you could argue, is Alyssa Smith or Alyssa Thomas. It's just such a badly constructed team. And they're still going to win gold because you should have... the worst thing is that USA could have brought out a team where it will be over. It will be over. I still think because Nneka never played for Nigeria that she can still play. If Team USA brought... let's just say no rookies. No rookies. Ideally, if you're bringing the best team, you're bringing one, maybe you're probably bringing two rookies. You're probably bringing both Caitlin and Angel if you're bringing the best possible team, as far as just because what Angel does, no one else can do in the W. So if you brought Natasha Cloud, the one, let's just say Sabrina at the 2. At the 3, you're playing, let's keep Fee Collier in the team at the 3. The 4, Stewie. The 5, Aja Wilson. That starting 5, better than their current starting 5. Off the bench, you bring Skylar Diggins-Smith at the 1. At the 2, you have someone like an Ariel Atkins because she's a lockdown defender. So if someone like a Julie Van Loo is cooking you, you just put Ariel Atkins on them. Because she cooked Jewel Lloyd too. You put Ariel Atkins on them, take them out of the game. And their teammates as well. So she knows what Julie Van Loo likes to do. You bring in Ariel Atkins at the 2. At the 3, Kat Copper's in there. At the 4, you keep Alyssa Thomas, she's good. And at the 5, you bring either an Aaliyah Boston or a Bree Jones. And then last 2 off the bench, you're bringing probably Brittany Griner. And then you have a choice to make whether you're going to bring Jackie Young for kind of versatility. She can play a bit of the 1, she can play a bit of the 2. Or heck, even if you want, if you want to bring a spark plug, you bring in Enrique. That team is a guarantee to win the Olympics. But the problem is that Jewel Lloyd had been with the team for a while. Even though she is shooting under 40% effective field goal percentage, which is a joke. She's shooting 29% from 3 and 39% and 37% from 2 or something. Kelsey Plum shooting worse percentages than Caitlin Clark. She's struggling this season. Chelsea Gray can't run. Fee Collier, fair enough. Terassi is 42. Jackie Young, again, you probably should bring Jackie Young. She's been unbelievable. But just as far as fit, heck, even if you want to, instead of putting Ariel Atkins in, use Jackie Young as your defensive stopper on the bench. She's a good defender. Alyssa Thomas is there, and Brittany Griner. You're bringing Brittany Griner anyway. So if you replace 6 of these players with 6 players that actually fit, this is not a 13-point game. It was a 7-point game a few minutes ago. It's a 30-point game. It's a 30-point game. But the selection committee, Cheryl Reeve, wanted to pick a team based on sentiment and not skill. And what happens? You nearly lose to a bad Belgium team. A bad Belgium team. This is a team that lost to a Germany. Julie Allemond is not there. And with some of these international teams, when I not say bad Belgium team, a weakened Belgium team. France, I would be very confident that they think they're going to win. Do I think French are going to win? No, you'd be dumb to bet against this team. But the only reason you're dumb to bet against this team is they've got the 2 best players in the world by far. If one of Aja Wilson or Breanna Stewart decided, you know what, I've won enough. Or let's just say Aja Wilson just said, I've already got my goals. My goal is to have the greatest WNBA season of all time. I want to go and win 3 championships in a row. I want to win a second finals MVP in a row. I want to win Defensive Player of the Year and MVP, and unanimous MVP into 1 year. I want the greatest season ever, so I'm taking a rest. If she decides that, or if even one of these 2 are gone, they lose this game. And this is not a very good Belgium team. Stylistically fine, but they got well beaten by Germany. Julie Van Loo shot 1 of 11 from 3. Yeah, Emma Meesseman's unbelievable, But this is not the same team with Julie Alamont.